when everyone's ready, and let's just do a quick check-in with ourselves. All right, so a check-in, right? So first, how present are we? Check in with our presence. If there are any parts of us that are off in another dimension, the astral plane, another timeline, uh, on any other preoccupation, bring any and all parts of you back into the present moment now. You can start at the physical level and then move to the emotional, psychic, spiritual. But if you start with your physical, start maybe at the bottom of your feet. And, most of you know that I have a dragon emanation. And so I'll use that emanation myself, and maybe you have a different practice. And I'll imagine sort of adjusting each one of my scales, clicking it into place, starting at the bottom of my feet and working my way up. So take a minute or two, check in with all of your parts, and bring yourself into sovereign presence. Sovereignty is the key here. I guess I'll talk more than I was planning. Um, why is this important to start here, right? Because the more present we are, the more of our own individual divine essence channels through, right? The more power is contained within our energy field. Okay, so as you do that, pay attention to that central vertical power current, right? That hara line or intention line that runs down through your crown chakra, down through the uh, more central energy centers from 6 to 2, right? Coming down right where the front and back vortices connect. So right in front of the spine, down to the root chakra, sort of splits off at the hips, goes down the legs, right? Bring yourself more into that central vertical power current. And notice where you may have some bends or breaks, right? Now, how do we address any distortions, right? Playful, loving gratitude in the heart center, right? That's the key. So allow the heart center to soften, bring in the vibration of gratitude. Now, to really master this and hold the highest and most pure form of that frequency, it's a very playful, gentle frequency, right? It's not a serious gratitude. So if you're feeling any rigidity or if you're feeling any seriousness, um, you know, lighten that a bit, right? It should be a soft, flowing, gentle gratitude. Breathing up and down that central vertical power current. Check in with all of your energy centers. Maybe you feel that the uh, throat chakra is more open in the front than it is in the back. Allow yourselves to equalize and balance with a deep and profound acceptance, right? That's the second most important thing. Playful, loving gratitude and a deep and profound acceptance. Right? Some of you may need to bring your chins down a little bit, really straighten that central vertical power current. We've explored a lot in the magical realms. The magical realms are very different than the dimensions, the light realms. Some of the main archetypes in the dimensions are evolution and ascension. These archetypes don't exist in the magical realms. It's very different, much more nonlinear, much more fluid. There's a different looping of time. The goals and interests are different. Grounding, centering, balancing, and aligning. Your atlas or magnetic grids, connecting into the magnetic grids where you reside in a way that's just right for you today. Adjusting your gravity. Great, good job. The deeper one goes into the esoteric realms of magic, the harder it is to evolve, actually. Grounding, centering, balancing, and aligning the axis or dimensions. And the earth of us. Find your balance between your left and right channels. I'll guide some of you to slow down just a tad so that we move in a smooth and gradual pace, finding a deeper and more prime alignment, a pivot point, a central location aligned with both the regular tree of life and the magical tree of life. And there are other trees of life. So that we can move freely without getting lost or getting stuck in one particular ego identity. Now let your atlas and axis stabilize and strengthen while maintaining balance in your field. Some of you are shallow breathing, so deep, steady, full breaths. Oh, much better. Grounding, centering, balancing, and aligning the earth of us to our atlas and axis. Great. You guys are making phenomenal progress. Allow the mind to relax a little bit more. Right? We want to shift more into no mind. So allowing any thoughts to come and go like clouds in the sky, maintain the position of the observer. Allowing the ego to come into right relation. There you go. You see what kind of shift that is created when you get out of your minds. You let the mind relax. Your level of presence really just drops in an octave or two. We'll drop in a little deeper. Letting anything that doesn't belong just rotate out. Balancing our elements, earth, water, bringing water into balance. Good. Now bringing air into balance. Oh, feel the difference. Bringing air into balance when it's depleted. It supports a uh, synchronization in your cellular structures, bringing fire into balance. Oh, slight adjustment to the life force. A couple deep breaths. Good. Rotating our metals, minerals, and ores. This releases any emotional stagnation, binds to the metals, minerals, and ores in the body. So rotating the metals, minerals, and ores releases. So allow things to rotate out. A little bit of clearing. Ah, maybe a little toxicity releasing. Ah, ah, oof. I'm dropping in an octave or two deeper. This is an evolutionary practice. Like I said, this is a practice of a higher and more prime alignment. It's deep, substantive, and it is where we can upgrade all of our systems, our blueprints, shifting us to a higher timeline and realigning ourselves to have more equanimity, balance, prosperity, purity, freedom, flexibility, and the ability to live in and receive through in through and within us and around us more grace. And in a few moments, I'm going to begin to remove the veil of aspects of myself And where I sit in this place, this is where I look over my kingdom, my domain. And my main archetype here is not love or compassion. It's pure benevolence or beneficence. Notice the stillness. Bring your hearts a little closer to mine. And we'll slowly drop in a little deeper. It is simple, yet really refined. It is where all the big Mahatmas come back to. In pure presence with unwavering resilience. Highest order of equanimity. With a pure emanating force of beneficence. These energies penetrate the deepest corners of reality. It is the most purifying, the most evolutionary, and the most aligned with all the trees of life. We'll stay here for just a minute or two longer, as a little bit of this goes a long way. This is where the masters of the universe bend and weave time and work with vast domains and their timelines. Loving gratitude in the heart center, taking in all the grace, allowing the vibrations of sanctity and well-being. Sanctity being a force, well-being being an organizing principle. There we go. I will now slowly begin, bring the veil back up as we come down, back in, and begin to integrate and consolidate. Allowing this to integrate deep into your biophysiology and structures. This may take some time. Integrating and consolidating. Coming all the way back in now. Hang out here for as long as you like. Take a few deep breaths. When you're ready, open your eyes, wiggle your hands and feet, fingers and toes, all the way back in. I know this is quite a process coming back in.